Hi everyone, I'm Derek Biston, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Florida Hometown Heroes Down Payment Assistance Program. Specifically, we're going to be dealing with the topic of how much money do you need to buy a home in the state of Florida, and then 2 ways to help you meet this target. You'll need the following tools for this exercise. You'll need a calculator, and then you'll need either a mobile device or a desktop device that has internet access. Now, before we jump into the calculations and how to do all this stuff, quick housekeeping note for the channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We would love to have you. See, that was simple. Now, let's jump right in. This will be a 3-step process. So the first step will show you how to calculate your down payment and closing cost. The second part is how to calculate your down payment assistance amount through the Hometown Heroes program. And then finally, we'll help you calculate your contribution. And then, as a bonus, we're also going to go in and discuss 2 different ways to help you achieve these targets. Let's get started. We're going to start off by showing you how to calculate your down payment closing cost. This varies by the purchase price of the house as well as the loan program used for Hometown Heroes. The types of loan programs we're going to be discussing in this video are going to be your conventional loans, FHA loans, and VA home loans. We'll start off with conventional. Now, conventional, it's very simple. Just take the purchase price of the house and multiply it times 7%. That gives you a minimum down payment of 3% and 4%, which are standard closing costs for the state of Florida. It's a pretty safe number to be using for ballpark purposes like this. And in this example, and all these examples, we're going to be using a purchase price of $300,000. Okay, so if you just take $300,000 times 7%, it's going to come up to be $21,000. I want you to write that number down. All right, so $21,000. Next, I want you to jump over to your internet connected device, and you're going to go over to this link, which is our Hometown Heroes HQ page. That's unconventionallending.com/Hometown Heroes, and I'll include a link in the description. Now that you're there, I want you to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and you're going to see a calculator. Now, on the calculator, it's already set by a default of $300,000 purchase price. So you can see, without it having to really do any number crunching here, it's already calculated that you're going to get $14,550 as a maximum amount for the program, right? So you can take your amount due, which is $21,000, less $14,550, which means that the amount of money you have to come up with is $6,450. All right. We're going to come back to that number in a moment to show you a couple of ways to pay for it, but let's quickly move on to FHA. It's not that much different. So on a $300,000 purchase price, you're going to multiply the purchase price times 7.5%. Now, 7.5% of $300,000 comes out to be $22,500. And if you go back to the Hometown Heroes HQ page and look at the calculator, you'll receive up to $14,728 to pay for it. And then your contribution is $7,772. And now let's slide over to VA home loans. Now, if you're a veteran or active duty, you already know that if you're using your VA home loan benefit, there's no down payment requirement, but you do have closing costs. So we're going to allow for 4% of the purchase price for standard closing cost. Now, if you take a purchase price of $300,000, multiply it times 4%, it comes out to be $12,000. Again, write that number down. Now let's head over to the calculator, and you do need to select your VA benefit status because this will affect your Hometown Heroes amount just a smidge. Now, in this example, I'm just using the default first-time VA benefit usage, and that's going to give you a maximum of $15,323. Now, you probably already looked and saw, hey, look, that's more money than I need. If I need $12,000, $15,000 is more. So you can't get cash back under the Hometown Heroes program in any way, shape, or form. So what we do is we just take that amount down to match your closing cost. We get it as close to zero as possible to make sure you're not having to come out of pocket with any money. And then if we overshoot it by $100 or $2 or something like that, we just apply that towards principal reduction. And that is how we do a VA loan. Now that we know your numbers, now we have some targets to shoot for. Now, you may already have achieved that in your savings, but if you haven't got there or you're really close, here are a couple of ways to have someone help you with these. You can either get a seller to pay for them, or you can get a gift, right? Now, the seller There are a few limitations here, but you're not likely to run up against any sort of limitation if a seller is giving you a contribution towards your closing cost, but I'm still going to cover those anyway. So for conventional loan, if your down payment's less than 10%, you can get up to 3% for closing cost. Again, that's going to be more than you need. It would be more realistic around 2% as to what you need here. Now, for FHA, the limit is 6%, but again, you're only going to need maybe around 2%. And then for VA, you can receive up to 4%. And again, you won't need that if you're doing Hometown Heroes. And then finally, the second way to do it is through gift funds. Now, if it's gift funds from a family member, there is technically no limit that you're going to run into. So if you have a family member that can help you pay for these target numbers that we've already calculated out, that's the amount most likely that we're going to need. And that's it for this video. Now remember, you can only access the Florida Hometown Heroes program through a participating authorized lender. And as one of those ourselves, we would be delighted to help you anywhere in the state of Florida. And we do strive to make the process as simple and as straightforward as possible. So again, we hope this helps, and we'll see you on the next video. I'm Derek Bisson, and this is Unconventional Lending.